Oh, that was beautiful.
Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio.
Could have been in the band.
I was waiting for it to drop.
Right.
No, this is
boom.
from the top.
Yeah, it's from the top. We'll just let it play the rest of the show.
That's right.
You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.
Ow!
Before we get into some quick movie news, Corey, DLG.
What?
Would
What
you like pizza with your movie?
I love pizza.
Where can I get some?
You can go to papajohns.com and have yourself a real good time. If you are a fan of the show or a fan of pizza or a fan of Papa John's at papajohns.com,
Real good time.
you type in the coupon code, promo code NerdThugRadio, all one word. You will get a buy one, get one free that you can do for delivery or carry out. And right now, Papa John's Pizza is hiring everywhere in this North Houston, Huntsville, Conroe area. So get on out there. They want to hire drivers where you can leave with cash in your pocket.
Cash in your pocket.
First day of work, leave with money in hand.
Woo-wee.
That's the best thing about it.
Take that, government.
Yeah, about that. Anyway, Papa John's Pizza. It's my favorite place. I actually do work there a couple days a week.
I
make good money. I do too, man.
I love their pizza.
It's the best.
It is
It's the best.
It's
the best.
the best around. So check that out. Yeah, go to Papa John's.
nice.
That's what I do.
Papa John's, Houston North job, something like that, right?
Papa John's Houston Jobs, I believe.
There it is, right there. Google it.
Yes.
Google.
And then Google the Nerd Thug Radio. You'll find Nerd Thug Radio.
Use our coupon code.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you, and we're out. Show and mic drop.
Bye, guys.
Just kidding.
That's it.
So this past week, trailer dropped.
Yes. Yes.
The Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Solid.
This is going to be...
Trailer?
This is... Okay, so in order, it's going to go Black Panther, which is in like 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. February the 16th.
So it's
my
coming.
gosh.
Right. Black Panther.
2 weeks from
And then...
yesterday.
And then 2.5 months from there-ish is Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2.5-ish months from there, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And then 2.5 months-ish from there? I don't know. What is next?
I think actually Aquaman somewhere.
Well, that's not Marvel.
But I mean, you know,
No
if you
one
were,
cares
if you were
about
like
Aquaman.
counting out.
Well, then you
2.5
forgot
months.
Deadpool.
Deadpool
and
is
you
in there.
forgot the Han Solo movie.
That. Oh man, we can talk about that.
When
in a
is
second.
this
do it.
happening?
We'll do
when
that
is
in a
it? When is it?
But the Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer.
Show us Disney.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp is
Pretty good.
midsummer, and that trailer is crazy.
About
I loved it,
About a minute 47.
and it's cool. Like the whole trailer is
Yeah.
just cool stuff.
Some cool fight
Hey,
scenes, some
that's
cool
pretty neat.
shrinkage.
Michael Douglas is still there.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's still Hank Pym. He has not died.
When they're like, hey, we got to get out of here. He's like, all right, I need to pack, and he just shrinks the whole building.
Yeah.
And then he just pulls the top out. That's cool, but that kind of implies to me that he built a giant suitcase top into the building.
Yeah.
Which makes him smarter than everyone else I know.
Right.
Everyone forever.
Right.
He discovered particles, guys.
So we
It's true.
saw
It's true.
a glimpse of what
Named him after himself.
who the villain is, but they don't really allude to his name. But
Who would be?
from what I can tell, it's Ghost.
Yes, they do show a couple glimpses of Ghost, who's like a corporate espionage supervillain.
Right. So it kind of fits the bill.
Yeah,
That's
because he
interesting.
does like phasing, he ghosts through things.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he had a bit. He was in a Thunderbolts team for a little while. That was kind of a weird villains team in the comic books, and his bit was he sealed his door shut, so he's the only one who can get into his room because he's like a germaphobe. So like he only eats like MREs and things that he knows are uncontaminated and stuff like that. So like he sealed his whole room off so no one can even get
Into his
to
room.
his stuff.
Right, because he can
Except
just
him.
phase through walls.
Right.
Genius. That's so smart.
Yeah.
So-
he's an intelligent guy. So yeah.
He is a weirdo, but it's cool.
So the trailer looks good. We get the Wasp. 2 people who can now shrink.
Right? And
In
she can
suits.
fly and shoots little energy blasts.
Pew,
Pew!
so
Pew.
look out for another trailer probably coming before the movie comes out.
Those are the noises that she makes.
To be fair, if I was a superhero, I'd do the same thing.
I would only make noises.
Every time.
Like, as I'm fighting, I'd be like, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
Ah.
And I hit you. Like, I would just call my things out, and people would be like, okay, now I know you're doing it. Like,
Right, but you do it so fast, they wouldn't know.
Right.
oh, no, not me.
Oh,
No,
slow enough so they
very
can react.
I would do everything in fake slow-mo.
Speaking of slow-mo, so
Oh, Lord.
I began my bad movie marathon this week.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
So I started with The Return of the Incredible Hulk, featuring Thor.
These are some bad movies.
But it's very classic 80s. They get into like action scenes and everything's slow. Like it's all
Yes.
slow mo. It's like even the racquetball. There's a racquetball scene. Where, like, 2 guys are playing racquetball and they slow it down. Like, I was like,
That's
this
great.
is awesome.
They were like,
Do you-
guys, I just found about slow-mo. Let's use the entire movie.
Yeah.
Right, let's shoot a mile of slow-mo
Like
footage.
every time
this is real film.
Every time like Thor punches like the Hulk, it's like real slow and it's
That's how they implied power back then,
Yeah,
was
that's
slow
a
motion.
lot of power
it's
there.
so
Right.
great. It's so great.
It's going like 2 frames a second, guys. That's real strong.
So, do you remember? Did you ever see the Superman movie where the 3 villains return from negative zone, like the first Superman?
Superman 1?
Yeah, and they fight, and like Zod's there, and they fight Zod, and it's like the slowest fight ever. But they're flying. Like, it looks like they're flying. Like, oh my gosh, people are flying. In the 80s, it was probably the coolest thing in the world to see. When you watch it now, it is so slow. And I remember this interview by the Wachowski brothers, who, by the way, if you have some free time, Google them. It's gotten weird for them. But so I remember an interview a long time ago where they basically said, you know, the Matrix is their version of a superhero world. Like, this is how they envision a superhero would look like and feel, and blah, blah, blah. And they said, we wanted to make Neo as basically Superman, or Jesus, depending on how you view movies.
Right.
And so they basically said, we went back and we watched that first Superman because of how great it was at the time, and the thing we noticed was how slow the fight was. We can't do that. So they purposely made a point to have the fight so fast as like a direct response of like, this is what it would look like if Superman was in a fight.
Really would look like.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense. Good thinking.
I think like even now, like fight scenes are so quick and like so like everything's going everywhere. Like
Well,
the
and
new
now
Superman was like crazy.
The Jason Bourne movies shot theirs in such a way where it was so chaotic. Like,
Right.
because like that's what fighting is so chaotic.
Super chaotic, and then I like think like you think like Jackie Chan, where he's like everything's just one shot and it looks really clean. It's like a performance because it is.
Right. Yeah. Well, and have you ever seen the outtakes from the Jackie Chan stuff?
Right.
Those are long takes for an action movie. Like those are
Right,
really long takes, and like he does like 12 to 15 moves in there, and then he dives through something and something else. Like they had to reset that over and over and over. They probably
and over again.
He probably jumped through like 100 windows.
Right. Yeah.
It's a weird
That's
day,
why
right?
no one insures him.
That's true.
So you want to jump to the Han Solo movie? What you got going on?
So Disney is talking about dropping Star Wars completely from the title.
And just calling it a
Solo, I
Solo,
think.
yeah.
Because they
They
say
went
that will
solo.
do better in China.
yes.
Because China doesn't
Why?
like Star Wars.
Apparently.
And the
It's 'cause
trailer,
they didn't get the original 3. That's why.
the trailer hasn't come out yet.
No, they've completely. There's been no information or footage or anything.
It's coming out during the Super Bowl this coming Sunday, I believe.
Is that when they're going to drop a
Yeah, I
trailer?
think so.
But like the movie's supposed to come out like
Soon.
in March.
May.
I've heard March.
May. So it's remember there was the whole when's Infinity War come out?
May 4th.
So it's supposed to be like Infinity War,
May the
Solo, or Infinity War, Deadpool, Solo.
Oh, I thought
We've talked about this.
I thought Deadpool was in March.
I don't think so. We'll fact check ourselves.
Yeah, we need to fact check ourselves on that.
Why don't you do that, Nico, while
I got you.
we're
I got you, fans.
shooting here?
But yeah, so honestly, even May, that's too. Like we've already had 2 Avengers trailers at this point.
Maybe.
So
Maybe so.
I'm
I don't know, but I mean,
like they're showing nothing. Like there's no on-set photos. There's no.
maybe they're trying a new take. A lot of
Well, and Rob Reiner's old school.
a lot of trailers. You get like 4 or 5 trailers before the movie comes out. People have already formed their whole opinion about the movie. They know what's going on. Maybe they're, I don't know.
May 18th. Deadpool
May
2.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So they are.
When's
all-
Solo?
All right, I'm looking at it.
Find the Solo. I bet it's May 25th.
If that's May 18th, it should
That's my humble but accurate opinion. Yes.
be. Also, I don't like Deadpool 2. The stills they've released of Domino.
You don't like the way she looks?
I don't. If you're
May
not.
25th.
Hey, look at that.
Nailed it.
If they're not going to paint her white, I don't want her to have the black eye thing.
Because in the comics,
It makes her look like
Yeah.
Barf from Spaceballs.
yeah. No, I get you. There.
It does.
That's a really specific thing, though. I really
It does.
appreciate it.
But speaking of something else that I wanted to get on top of here,
yes.
so we know later this year the DC streaming service is launching.
What? I totally forgot that existed,
Yeah.
so I
With,
did not watch
Young Justice Season 3.
So the Titans, Young Justice Season 3, a Harley Quinn animated show, I believe. And also they've already been ordered 13 episodes of a show called Metropolis.
A live action?
Live action Metropolis.
Oh, this is going to be terrible.
Before the time of Superman getting there. So
see,
I guess
see, like they always
Similar-
screw
Wait,
stuff
what?
up.
so it's similar to Gotham, but it's going to follow Lex Luthor, a young Lex Luthor, and somebody
Real
else
disgruntled.
as they. I'm trying to
really-
remember right correctly as they
Take over the city.
investigate scientific things and weird happenings of Metropolis.
So it's completely irrelevant. They just put Metropolis in the name.
Well, like it's kind of like Gotham, right?
Right, but Gotham has Bruce Wayne in it.
Right. Also,
Similar.
more importantly than that, Gotham.
It's interesting.
When Batman returns to Gotham as an adult, the city is completely corrupt.
Right.
So you can do a story about
Right.
how
I don't-
Gotham
Gotham becomes
falls.
corrupt.
Right.
I don't know what to do.
Metropolis
I don't know.
was like, hey, we're
City.
a city. We don't like necessarily need Superman, but hey, he's here all the time, so it's not so bad.
Right.
Because he saves like big things, plane crashes, space shuttles,
So there's Krypton that's coming out. They've been promoting heavily.
which I couldn't care less
I think
about.
I've seen one trailer from that, which is surprising enough. 'cause
and
I
it's
never watched
terrible.
anything.
It's
Yeah, they've
terrible.
been promoting
remember
heavy
it, so
like on
yeah.
USA and stuff. And then
Yeah, they have been.
It's going on Sci-Fi. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then now Metropolis, and it's already been 13 episode order, already approved.
Don't you think
ready
it's
to go.
odd that they are debuting Krypton on Sci-Fi, given that this year there's a DC app?
Yes,
Like
I agree.
Like if you're doing all this
I
original,
concur.
if you're doing all this original,
Nailed
hey, nice guys. If you're doing all this original content, why wouldn't
Right.
you put it on your station?
The only thing,
Maybe they signed a contract way
yeah,
earlier.
the only
than-
thing I can think of as we
That's
jump
what I
out
was
here in
thinking.
about a minute is that the Krypton show has been in production for
a while.
a little over 2 years, I think.
It would have to be at least 2
I
years
think-
because we've known about the app for over a year.
No, not over a year.
Yeah, go back to when they announced
we found
Young
out-
Justice Season 3.
We found out about the app probably end of third quarter, I think last year, or early fourth quarter.
No, I think it was midsummer because I think it was New York Comic Con where they announced Young Justice Season
And
3.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's true. I remember that.
yeah, but did they announce where it was going on?
Yeah.
So let's say
Yeah, 'cause
let's
they
say
went,
end,
like, side
end
to
of
side.
quarter 2, beginning of quarter 3.
Okay. So if they released news then, they've already been working on Young Justice at that point, which means they already knew where it was going to go.
Well, I
which
don't-
means
I
at
don't-
least a year. At least a year.
I mean, the only thing I can say is maybe they were working on Young Justice 3. They didn't know where to put it, and then they said,
It
hey,
may have been originally for Netflix.
yeah, and like, hey, let's just start our own app. Let's do that.
Because remember that was
'Cause
the-
Well,
Titans-
yeah, because Netflix did release
That was
Season
the
2
orig-
with the original. You're right.
And Titans has been in production for like 3 years now.
Yeah, well, it was always like a little bug. It was
It
always
was on
like
TNT
hey,
for a minute?
Yeah, it was going to be, but they never could find a home for it.
We can't find a home for the rest of this segment, so let's jump out. When we come back, we'll talk more stuff. You're listening to
Nerd Thug Radio.
The Sky is a Neighborhood.
The Sky is a Neighborhood.